Okay, time for a real photo shoot. I mean, this is after all a photography channel, right? We found a nice location here, kind of like an old world Euro town kind of look. I have my beautiful model. I have a Sony A7 III, and all the pictures you're going to see today are taken with a 35 1.4 G Master set at f2. Pretty simple. All these shots, 35 f2. The sun's coming in at a nice angle here. I love the lighting on the wall there. She's wearing a spring dress to match the look and feel. And I have my camera white balance set on shade, so it's going to be warmer than normal, but I want that. I want that kind of European magic golden look to it. And for this opening shot, I'm not going to use any soft boxes or anything. I'm just going to use hard light to show you how you can get really beautiful shots with just one hard light. It's a Godox AD600 and it has a 10-degree honeycomb grid on it. And what that does, it creates a narrow beam of light. And all I'm going to use it for is to light up the shadow side of her face. That's it. So I can focus a beam of light just on her face and the rest is natural light. We have a good amount of light already reflecting around, but I just want to take away the harshness of the shadows on her face. This is what the normal lighting looks like when nothing's changed. This is what it looks like to a camera. And you can see that the white balance shade setting is already giving the whole picture a nice golden look. So we've already got that happening really nicely. All I want to do is add a little bit of light on her face. And there you go. Look at the difference between that and that. It takes the harsh shadows away and it really features her face. It makes it the center of attention in the picture. And I've got the sun coming in from behind, giving a halo around her hair. Whenever possible, I like to have the subject with their back to the sun. So the sun is backlighting them, giving them a nice rim light, and the face is in shade as much as possible. And then I fill in the face with the light. Look how beautiful that looks. This is a hard light with a honeycomb grid. So I'm basically just lighting up her face, and the light doesn't have a hard edge, so it feathers out nicely. It has kind of an old Hollywood 1950s glamour look, I think. I just love this look. This turned out so magically with just one light. And yeah, I know I can use even a weaker light like a 100, but when I do road trips, I always take a bigger light because you never know what you're going to run into. Look how beautiful that is. I'm so happy with these pictures. This is all with just one light. Flowers are a perfect touch. Again, this is the 35 1.4 set at f2. If you look at these pictures, you'd think you're like, oh, you must have used big soft boxes and all kinds of professional lighting everywhere. Nope, just one little light. That's all I'm using. You don't need a ton of gear for everything. She's so beautiful. Well, I am so blessed to have Kara in my life. Okay, so now we're going to face in the other direction, and the lighting's a little bit different. Now I'm going to use softboxes here. So I'm going to use two lights this time. I always try to place my subject in shade whenever possible, because that gives me a clean slate to light her however I want and not have to fight with the sun. In the previous pictures, she had a lot of light reflecting onto her already, so I didn't need a lot of soft light on her other than just filling in the shadows on her face. On this one, I'm starting with a blank slate, and I want to light up more of her body, so I'm going to use a big softbox. This is a big Glow 32 by 47, I think it is. It's a great softbox. So I'm going to light the front of her up with the softbox for glamour lighting, and I'm going to create a hair light with another light off to the side to make her pop out and really give some separation between her and the background. Notice how that hair light really makes her stand out against the background. And I've got the softbox off to the right a little bit, so there's still modeling on her face, so it's not totally flat lighting. The reason I have her up on a chair, it gives me the angle that I want in relation to the background. Otherwise, she would have been too low. And having her up like this at this angle gives her more of a heroic look. Kind of like a Western shootout kind of angle. It gives it a real cinematic look. And this is what, in my opinion, makes things look cinematic, quote unquote. It's not just a blurry background. It's the camera angle, the lens, the composition. This, to me, is a cinematic shot because of the angle and the composition. It feels like it's a scene from a movie. Again, it's the A7 III 35 1.4 G Master set at f2. Nothing's changed throughout this entire shoot. Same lens, same f-stop, same everything. I'm just facing in the other direction and using different lighting. Notice the difference in the feel of these pictures. This is more of a heroic cinematic look, whereas the last ones at the wall were more of a gentle, pretty girl in the springtime, subtle, feminine kind of feel. These ones have a more standing up for what you believe in, heroic kind of look to it, using the same lens and the same camera. It has a different feel than the first pictures, and that's storytelling. That's cinematic. I like this one. And these are not touched up. I didn't do anything. This is what it looks like right out of the camera. These are all JPEGs. I don't shoot log. I don't use LUTs. This is just good lighting, white balance, and exposure. And that's what photography should be when you have a chance to do it right. I take the pictures. I'm done. I go home. We have a life. No post-processing. I love these. These are just so cool. That's a fun one. She's great, isn't she? A lot of fun to be with. Total ham. Boy, am I lucky. She's the reason I have a photography channel. It's her fault. I started it because of her. Alright, so that's our little Euro Village photo shoot. We had a lot of fun doing it. We hope you had a lot of fun watching it. And this is what photography channels should also do. Not just talk about gear, but actually use it. Alright, we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.